So for Ike I did the Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance box art style. This one is not too different from the other Fire Emblem styles I've done in the past episodes. I've said this plenty times before and I'll say it again, the most annoying part of drawing Fire Emblem characters are how detailed their designs are. And their swords are annoying too. I'm trying another method of coloring where you just put a flat color and use that as a base to color onto instead of color dropping each one. On the official Smash Bros website it labels Pokemon Trainer as 33, 34, and 35, so I'll keep it that way too. For them I did the Pokemon Indigo League anime style. The 90s one because I like it better than the current one. When I started this challenge, this is one of the styles I knew I had to do for a specific character. Originally I wanted the Pokemon to kind of frame the obvious Ash ripoff. But first, the sizes were too small compared to normal, and it would block some other stuff, so I settled for copying the render. The key to making it look like it are the effects. Most Donkey Kong games use 3D art for their, well, artwork. Meaning that there are very few games with a 2D art style, especially with Diddy Kong in them. One of the few games I found was DK King of Swing, so that's exactly what I'm doing. The line art includes a lot of tapering, when the lines get thinner at the edge, so I relied heavily on the arc tool so I could make it look clean. The style doesn't use shadows at all, instead relying on rim lights to make it appear like there are shadows. Now, Lucas is a very special one because I don't actually have the speed paint for him. Why, you may ask? Well, I decided to do the in-game sprites as the style because Mother 3 just does not have anything that I could find that isn't pixelated. And, because of the way my app works, in order to do pixel art you have to make the canvas really small, which will end up ruining the quality of the speed paint. So this is all you get. For Sonic there was really only one option because it's by far the most famous one, Sonic Adventure. The line art isn't too hard, it basically gets thickest either at a point where two or more ends meet, or in the middle part of a curve. Shading was just using an airbrush, then getting the normal color and outlining the area, and then airbrushing a highlight onto it. For King Dedede I did the Kirby Mass Attack art style. I chose this one because I just like the colors and the watercolor look. I used a blue base for the shadow to differentiate between the shadow and base color since they're very close in color. Then, I got a watercolor brush and added some different shades to the shadows. You don't have to do this, but I usually prefer coloring my line art afterwards because it's just easier for me. Pikmin is another franchise with mostly 3D artwork. However, I just figured out while editing this video that Pikmin Bloomed has 2D loading screens, which I love. But I didn't know that at the time, so I just settled for the Pikmin 4 comic style. Remember how I said I didn't like the modern Pokemon anime's new art style? Well, that's exactly what I did for Lucario since I'm running out of styles for Pokemon. Nothing special about line art, coloring, or shading because the style is very simple and keeps Lucario very consistent. I did keep the same background color you can see in the reference photo because it makes the blue stand out while fitting in with the red eyes. R.O.B obviously doesn't come from a game, instead he's a toy, which means there is basically no 2D artwork of him. He is in Mario Kart DS, but it's another game with 3D renders mainly, so instead I did the Smash Ultimate style you can see in the box art and mural. I don't always use a sketch like this for lineless styles cause sometimes it's easier if I just start lineless for me. But I did it because R.O.B is a robot and I'm not good at drawing them because they can get pretty complex. Drawing the arms was the most fun part. I can't explain to you why, but it just was. But everything else sucked. This bottom half of him was painful because of all the detail, but this isn't the first nor will it be the last painstakingly detailed thing I have to draw. I did the Wind Waker style, of course, which I had to modify a brush in order to replicate the style as best as I could. All I did was sketch it out and tried to keep the same style of line art, color it, shade it, then add the effects. Animal Crossing doesn't really have an official 2D style, so I just used the recent Twitter artwork as the style. Line art was normal, but for coloring I colored it in by hand because I wanted the same effect the artwork has, that nothing is perfect and there's some gaps. For the shading I got a watercolor brush and lightly put in either shadows or highlights for some extra color. Next video I plan on remastering the way I edit these videos, at least for the introduction part, so I'll see you in a few months.